welcome to this episode of the Drink Less, Live Better podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Williamson, and I'm glad you're here today. We're talking about a tiny word, no. No is the word we are discussing today. Just 2 letters, but for many of us, especially in midlife, where we're juggling relationships, responsibilities, expectations, our own well-being, saying no can feel uncomfortable. And this isn't going to be a lecture on boundaries or grand advice for a dramatic life overhaul. I thought perhaps we'd keep it light and practical today. So, we're going to explore 5 different ways you could possibly say no. Think of these as tools or ideas you can pick up and try on. Notice what fits and what doesn't, what feels like you and what absolutely doesn't feel like you, and take that as useful information. Okay, number 1, the warm no. This is your gentle, kind, still a lovely human being version of no, and it sounds like this. Oh, that sounds great, thanks, but I'm actually going to pass this time. Or, I'd love to catch up soon, but actually I can't make it on that day. This is perfect for friendships and social invites. It keeps the connection intact while still honouring your limits. You don't have to attend everything to be a good friend. Your presence is valuable to others, but it doesn't have to be constant. And importantly on this one, there are no long explanations needed. A warm tone does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. Number 2, the clear no. This one is simple, direct, and refreshingly drama-free. No, that doesn't work for me. Full stop. That's it. No apologies, no over-explaining, no extra padding. Saying less takes practice, but it is brilliant. It's brilliant to do, and it's brilliant to be on the receiving end of. This is especially useful in environments where clarity really matters. Maybe work situations, difficult family dynamics, that friend who tends to push just a little bit further than you'd like. It might feel a bit blunt at first, especially if you are used to softening everything. But clarity is kind. It stops confusion and it stops resentment building. The more you use it, the more natural it will become. Number 3, the delayed no. This is for those moments when you're caught off guard. Someone asks something and your instinct is to say yes, but something in you hesitates. Instead of rushing in, you can buy yourself a little time or space. How about using one of these? Let me get back to you on that. Or, I'll have a think and let you know. Or, I'm going to check my diary before I commit. Yep, because often the pressure to say yes comes from feeling like we need to respond immediately, but you don't. You don't have to respond in the moment. Space will give you a bit of perspective, and perspective makes it much easier to come back with a genuine yes, if it is what you want to do, or a confident no. You are allowed to pause. You are allowed to choose. Number 4, the values no. This one connects to who you are and what matters to you right now. It might sound like, no, I'm not drinking at the moment, or no thank you, I'm focusing on getting good sleep by having earlier nights, or no thank you, I'm trying to look after my energy a bit more at the moment. Notice how none of that is defensive. You're not rejecting the person, you're talking about yourself, and this can be really powerful. Your priorities might be shifting at the moment, and what used to feel fine might not feel quite so fine anymore. Late nights, overcommitting, drinking out of habit. This kind of no reminds you and other people that you're allowed to evolve, you're allowed to change, and what suited you once before might not suit you so much now. Number 5, the light-hearted no. Okay, this is the playful one, because not everything has to feel serious. Let's try some of these. Oh, that sounds tempting, but future me would not be impressed if I made this decision right now. Or, I'll sit this one out, but I'll cheer you on instead. Or, absolutely not, but I admire your optimism of me. A little humour can diffuse tension and make saying no feel less heavy. This works beautifully in friendships, especially when you don't want things to feel awkward or overly intense. It keeps things easy. And sometimes that's exactly what we need. So there you have it. 5 ways to say no. The warm no, the clear no, the delayed no, the values no, and the light-hearted no. You don't need to master them all. You can just start noticing where you're saying yes when you actually mean no. And maybe, just maybe, try a different response next time. Because every time you say no to something that doesn't feel right, you're quietly saying yes to something that does. Your time, your energy, your well-being, that is self-respect right there. You can find me on Instagram at drinklesslivebetter and online at drinklesslivebetter.com, where there are lots of supportive resources waiting for you. Check today's podcast show notes for a link to a hidden episode that will help with your 5 p.m. cravings and details about my one-to-one life coaching and sober coaching programs. And P.S. I believe in you.